Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Betty and Veronica issue 1. So this is a book I was super excited to read ever since it was announced. I think it was announced probably this time last year when they were doing the Kickstarter. And of course, because the whole Kickstarter drama, they didn't released the title as early as they expected. So a lot of those titles that they announced at that time is taking a little time for them to be released. Like Jughead took a little time. Archie obviously was released right away. And now we're finally getting Betty and Veronica, the book I was most excited to read. Especially after reading the newer Archie books. I'm in love with the dynamic between Betty and Veronica. So let's see if I enjoyed this issue. Now, this is actually written and drawn by the wonderful Adam Hughes. He's usually known for cover art, so it's cool that he's doing this whole entire issue, again, writing it and also doing the interior art for it. So what is this issue all about? This issue is about, you see a little glimmer of Betty and Veronica's friendship, Veronica not really doing much, Betty doing the heavy lifting when she's trying to help out her grandma, like put pebbles in her front yard. And then they end up going to Pop's and find out that it's closing. Like, once again, it's always closing. And Veronica is kind of standoffish about it, and we find out by the end of the issue that it's Veronica's dad who's taking over the diner or the soda shop. So Betty is not very happy about this, and she's ready to punch Veronica in the face by the end of the issue. I thought this was a very solid issue. Like I said, there's a lot of hype on my part for this book, and I think it did a lot of things right. I'm a huge Betty fan, more than Veronica fan, so if you are a more Betty fan, you get a lot from her in this issue. But I feel like you get a lot from Veronica too, but I personally don't love Veronica's personality, so maybe that's why I feel like I didn't get as much, and I still want her to be a likable character to me, and I haven't gotten that with the newer Archie stuff yet. But I think if any series is going to make us like her, it would be this one. This arc is Betty versus Veronica more than Betty and Veronica. But yeah, I like that they contrasted these two different personalities, which is, again, why I was excited about this. That I think they highlighted the good quirks about the characters. Again, Betty's strong. She's a bit more of a tomboy in this newer Archie book or newer Archie series. And then Veronica, has a lot to do with her dad, a lot to do with her money. But does she have more of a personality? Is she more three-dimensional in that? We've seen glimmers of that in the newer Archie book, but we have to see if we'll see glimmers of that here. So what I liked about it, again, was that, and I liked a lot of different conversations we see happen here, especially the first, I would say the first half of the issue I really enjoyed. Just seeing the friendship between Archie, Jughead, Veronica, and Betty. Because I feel like that's something we haven't seen in the newer Archie series yet. Because it's so much Archie and Veronica or Archie and Betty. You never really see the four of them as friends. So I think that was something that was kind of different, which I wasn't expecting from Betty and Veronica. I was expecting more of just their friendship, which you don't really get in this issue, which is also a little bit of a disappointment. I wanted a little bit more of their friendship, and again, this is just a first issue. I think this arc is going to build up what their friendship means, but I did expect a little bit more of that in the first issue. Also, I feel like there are points where the book is a bit wordy, and again, that's not a bad thing, but there are times where I'm like, oh, I kind of want to go to the next page. There is wordiness for wordy's sake. So I think again, the first couple of scenes with Jughead, Betty, and Archie, and Veronica, it was wordy, but it worked. It was like showing their dynamic. But then there's like this two-page, not a two-page spread, but I would say, it's a one-page, splash page, but for two. It's just all of these words about, oh, this happened, we lost our place, and I thought that was kind of weird. I kind of knew where they were going with, but I didn't love that scene. But again, let's start talking about the artwork, because that's a big part of the issue. Artwork was amazing for this book. There's a lot of different emotions going on throughout the issue, as we know with Pop's closing and Betty getting very angry, and the facial expressions were just beautiful. And I like this kind of yellow tint that we see throughout the whole issue. Coloring was gorgeous. So artwork really, really was well done here, which I mean, I feel like you expected with Adam Hughes. So for me, overall, I gave Betty and Veronica issue 1 4 stars. I thought it was a very solid issue, and still very excited to read the rest. Again, I did have some maybe overhypeness for the book, but I think there's a lot of potential here, and I'm hoping to see more from Betty and Veronica in the future of this series. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.